Welcome to our fourth lesson in a series of lessons we are doing about modal verbs to help our students learn how to use modal verbs correctly. And today's lesson we're looking at the modal verb can. Most of you have learned this modal verb a long time ago when you were first learning English, but can is a very important modal verb. It has two meanings. The first meaning is for ability. For ability. Let me give you an example of this. An example is I can swim. I can swim. So this is ability, I can swim. In the negative form, we use can, not, and this can be created into a contraction that's can't. So, for example, I can't swim. So this is the negative form. I can't swim. And this is the positive form, I can swim. The second reason why we use can is for when we're asking something, so for a request. This is an informal request, not quite as polite as may, as we looked at in our last lesson, but it's pretty common in everyday use to use can as a request. Let me give you an example of this. Can I sit here? You might ask that on the train or a subway. Can I sit here? It's informal. It's perfectly fine to use can for a request. One thing to note about can, or a hint about can is the present form. Present form. So in the past, for past situations, we use could, which we're going to look at in our next lesson. Could. We also use be able to. We might do a lesson about the difference between when to use be able to, can, and could. But our next modal verb lesson, we're going to take a look at could. So please join us for that lesson and take a look at could, a little bit more complicated of a modal verb, but just as necessary to learn. Thanks. I hope this helps you with your modal verb and your understanding of can, and I hope you listen to our next lesson.